I'm just going to give you a quick view of the website. First of all, this is the Marlow Wedding Show website. This is the opening page. You can quite clearly see the venue's logo on the main page. Underneath, in gold, it has got the time and the date and that it is free admission. Then it's got the 5 headings along the top. These up here, where my mouse is, are actually photos, but the website is very, very slow to load, even though it doesn't have a lot on it. As you can see the details down here, there's a little bit of information. Don't know if you can quite read that, but there's not a lot on there to say much, and it's not very chatty either. The next tab along the top is about the venue. There is much more on here, and it does say an awful lot about the Crowne Plaza in Marlow. It says where the event is being held, in the Winter Lake Suite, and it holds 275 guests, and it offers panoramic views over the gardens and the lake. Towards the bottom, there's a lot more information about what the Crowne Plaza can do for you with regards to wedding planning. This, to me, makes me feel as though the Crowne Plaza are holding the wedding fair themselves, but they're not actually. The next page is called The Show. As you can see, the web page is very slow to load, and the photos up the top aren't even there yet. This is a little bit of running of the day and what's going to happen. So it says, the wedding show will open its doors on Sunday the 20th of February at 11 AM and will run until 4 PM. This is a much more chatty page. For example, it says, you'll discover all that is new and different this season for weddings, and just one day out under one roof. Some of the text is a lot bigger, so it's sort of capitalised, which makes you sort of look at it, so it's a lot better. There's also directions here to the Crowne Plaza in Marlow, so we'll see what that pops open with. Okay, I don't know if it's actually going to open with anything. Let's have a look. No, so nothing actually came out of that link, unfortunately. Right, so the next page is registration. Right, this is the all-important database. I've already explained about databases, but the database logo is here. Again, it is very slow to load up. Here, they want your name, then they want your address and your postcode, email address, contact telephone number. How did you hear about the show? To them, that is probably quite important, so they'll be able to see next year where they went wrong or where they went well with the advertising. Personally, I don't think they've done very well with the advertising, because the Bucks Free Press are supposedly the main sponsors, but there's not a lot of advertising in that, but I'll get onto that in a bit. There's this button here. Would you like a tour of the venue? There's a yes and no selection. For the promoters, that will be quite useful. And then they've also want to know your wedding date. Now, the exhibitors page. There's a lot more information on here. And again, another database. These questions are a little bit different. So they just want to know what sort of service you provide, and they want to know if you want to book or if you'd like to request more information. There's a lot more chatty on this page, and the Marlow Wedding Fair say that you will not be competing with 35 photographers, 15 caterers and 3 bridal salons. For example, they will only have 3 of each for each specific category. So you see that's a lot bigger. it also says that 2 weeks before the show, you will receive a valuable listing of all the brides who have registered at the door. The walk-in mailing list will be sent out to all exhibitors, and it will include the bride's name, address, telephone number and date of the wedding. The after-show mailing list is free to every single merchant who attends the event, sets up a stall. So that's where the database goes towards. That's quite useful for the promoters and the exhibitors. And then the last page, bizarrely enough, is a contact us. But that is definitely needed, as there's not a lot of information at all on this website. With it being the main website, personally, I'm not that impressed. So there is a contact us database, which again has failed to load up. This web page doesn't load very well. So yes, basically, if it does load up ever, it has another database and it says fill in your details and ask a little question. So I've done that and I'm going to see how long it takes them to reply.